Welcome back to episode 2 of Already Canceled. As we launch this podcast, we want to thank everybody for their support. Also, if you guys want to keep supporting us, you can find our new merch located in our detail shop. You can find those linked in the description below. I'll also tag and pop up some of our new Already Canceled apparel for you guys to pick up. Well, let's jump right into it. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Google. Google advertising is probably the biggest platform for online advertising when it comes to your business. How do you feel about Google? Google ads specifically.
Google ads, they have their place, just not for us. It's that simple.
Yeah. So I encourage everybody to try it if you guys are interested, if you guys think that it may help your business. Every business is different. So on the topic of Google, we're going to go over to a detailer who tried out Google ads for the first time, and here's her experience.
It was not great. It was not great at all. It was not. So this ended up being a disaster detail. 2 disaster details. You know, I had such a big heart in this circumstance because she was sharing with me that her little daughter had a health issue this summer. They spent 5 months, and I'm talking like a 3-year-old daughter, this little girl. They spent 5 months in and out of the hospital. She had nearly 25 surgeries. And I was like, oh my God. And so she's like, so this vehicle, it ended up like getting put on the back burner, like some mice got into it. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like understandable. Open the vehicle up, go in that detail with my big heart, knowing that this family had gone through some hard times. But I'm gonna do this to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna make sure I get this vehicle sanitized for this family and safe for the children to be in. I mean, I'm talking maggots, maggots, spills. I'm just gonna call spills, alright? We're just gonna call them spills. It was not pretty, it was not good, it was not fun. I felt legit sick from this detail. It was bad. As I opened the second vehicle, equally as much a disaster. And the thing that really got me was that this client was home the entire time and didn't even have the courtesy to try to clean the second.
Same exact scenario with us when we did it, when we sampled with it.
Yeah, the experience was very, very similar. The end of the video kind of sums everything up, where she says the client didn't even bother to come out for the second car, knowing that it was just as thrashed and there was just as much personal items inside, and she didn't, she didn't even attempt to move the stuff out. That's a level of courtesy there. Google ads are Google ads. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to attract people, but you don't always get to pick the type of quality clientele that you get when you pay for certain ads. And this is kind of like most guys that I hear the story of Google ads. It's kind of the same deal. So if you're starting, I guess it could be to an advantage of you. Just know what you're going to be. And this is not always every case, obviously, but just know what you're kind of getting yourself into. Right. You're paying for these ads as well. So take that into consideration with the cost of the detail, the time of the detail, and you have to subtract the overhead for the cost of the ad incorporated into that price tag.
Is that worth your time?
Yeah. So if I needed money, if I really needed money, if I was a new detailer, I had nothing to fall back onto, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? And you guys should do what you gotta do also. Take everything as a learning experience, but in our business, we did it just for a test, for a video, and to kind of help out other detailers so we can actually give that information out, because we didn't want to start talking about something that we had no experience with. So I said, hey, Sal, let's put a Google ad out and let's see what happens. And we saw what happened.
Well, let's talk about the scenario of what happened. It was sketchy from the very beginning as soon as we got there.
Yeah, we're going into areas that we normally don't service. Different types of clientele. They were very, very suspicious, a lot of suspicious behavior.
As soon as we got there, the neighbor came out and said, this house has been abandoned for the last 6 months, as we were already working on the car.
Yeah.
Or as we were setting up. So we were just like, oh man, we've been here for 20 minutes already.
I felt like something was going on the entire time. Even during the payment, I was kind of nervous. I was ready. I was like, hey, I'm ready for whatever happens. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be on your toes.
It is our fault at this point.
Yeah. So just be aware, guys. Just be aware what's out there with the Google ads. So I know, but on the flip side, I know a lot of guys that run Google ads, and they through Google and their SEO, they're getting a lot of quality business, and they're building their business off of that. So it can go either way, guys. So just be prepared for anything when you are advertising. You have a bigger reach. Obviously, that's more people. Could be different demographics than you're used to. So be prepared, and you gotta stay safe out there. Speaking of Google ads and disaster details, I'm gonna go over this little clip real quick I found on Instagram. And you know how we're always talking about you don't need an extractor, you do need an extractor. There's always this big debate. Oh, this one they needed an extractor. So let's watch this one together, and we'll see how this one turns out. Looks like menudo.
Oh man. When you see stuff like that coming out, my man ain't wearing no gloves.
Stop wearing gloves. You got the Rolex on though.
Flossing with that. He's flossing with that thing.
Ooh, he did his thing. He did his thing. He did his thing.
I see why the man's running that Rolex. I see why.
My man he did his thing. Hey, and if you guys saw this, he's not using a regular, like I'm gonna put up a picture of the drill brush, because that was no ordinary drill brush.
Yeah, rewind that one back. Oh Lord.
This is rough. I don't know if I've done some details that have been pretty bad, especially the beginning of my career, but man, this type leaves you speechless. It's like, if it's that deep on the surface of the fabric, that foam is just done. But either way, if you're providing that type of service, woo, that client's gonna be that client's gonna be very happy, because if they're trying to sell that car, that's definitely going to make a big impact on the sale price.
My man collected on that one.
Yes. So yeah, he did his thing. So basically, bottom line is, we don't want to use an extractor. If we gotta, because with jobs like that, you do need an extractor, but we don't want jobs like that. So we stay. That's, you know what I mean. Like,
we farming those out.
Yeah. So you extractor dudes, keep doing your thing, because we need you for the stuff like that. So now we're gonna show you what guys out there on the scene like to do afterwards, after the car is all freshened up.
If your detailer doesn't do these 3 things, get rid of them. Number 1, paper mats. Number 2, those straps in the back, the patterns, to make you feel like you're special. Number 3, these scents right here, make your car smell good. If you need a new detail in the L.
Okay. I don't agree with any of those.
Me too.
Any of those. And I'm gonna tell you why. Do your thing if that's what you're doing. But nothing screams class more to me than the oil change, little paper things on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, you're not changing their oil.
Jiffy Lube.
You know what I mean? You're not doing anything like, you're literally cleaning their vehicle. They're going to get in. All you're doing is just making waste, making trash.
When you get a fresh haircut, you go out and put a hat on.
Yeah, that's
You know
what
what
they're pretty much doing. Like, and they're opening up the car doors, and you see these paper mats everywhere, and it's just kind of like,
that's trash that I'm going to throw away. If that was my car, that's trash I got to throw out.
From my perspective, we like to show them the work. We're not covering up anything. We want to show them the work that we've done, what we're able to do, because that's our expertise, and we're proud of it. And secondly, we don't want to accumulate any more trash. We don't want more trash for the client to have. Stripes, to me, the stripes are just kind of gimmicky. It just seems a little gimmicky to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost a distraction. And not every vehicle can do it. So say if you have a client that has 2 cars, one car's real beat up and the other one's a nice Mercedes. Obviously the lines are gonna look good in the nice Mercedes, but you got a beat up expedition from 1998 that you're trying to clean up, and the client might be like, oh, well, why did this one get the stripes and this one didn't?
They have their place, I guess. It's just something that we don't practice.
Yeah, and I would rather put that time.
Yes.
Delivering a better service and higher quality standards overall throughout the detail. And again, there's nothing wrong. If you guys are laying down lines, do it. Yes, sometimes they do look fresh. Sometimes they look cool, but I think it's just kind of the concentration is on the wrong thing. If you're doing vehicles that are already, dialed in or whatever, take that time and do that. Yes, I get it. Do it.
I seen a cat do a Biggie silhouette.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you guys want to do that and you have the time to do it, do it. But I don't think it's, if you're an average detailer out there on the street, doing your details for X amount of dollars, like, you don't need to be putting lines in it. It's something that it may make an impact, but most of the time it really doesn't, And I've seen it on really high-end cars and stuff where it kind of cheapens the look of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's where I stand. But some guys are even going a little bit crazier than that. They're going to the next level with these things. I know some of you guys have seen these around. And I know some of you guys are using these things.
Why?
Why are you guys using these? Please, just stop. This is, you talk about a waste of...
Why?
Yes. Like, it's just, to me, it looks ridiculous. You want...
Man, you got yourself a fine lady. She coming out the shower, getting all done up, and she come out with a shower cap. She coming out with the shower cap looking all fine. That's not how I want my lady looking. Shower cap.
It just looks cheap. So, say you get in your car. What if you're about to go on a date? Like you and your girl about to go on a date, right? You're about to go on a date. You're like, hey, baby, get ready. Wear your nicest dress. You get all fly. You got your suit on. You're ready to go. And my car just got freshly detailed. And you go sit in your car. And you got these Jiffy Lube. You got these Jiffy Lube.
And you got a condom on the steering wheel.
You got this thing on the steering wheel.
Man,
and like that's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not feeling it. To me, it's reminiscent of something else. If you guys are from the hood or you guys have watched any kind of gangster movies, you guys kind of understand where we're going with this. But I'm going to show you guys a photo so you guys can understand what we're talking about. We got my man Snoop right here wearing the shower cap. They come in clear, white, blue, different patterns and prints, but for the most part, that's all I see when I see those steering wheel covers.
We're going to get a lot of hate for this one.
Oh, yeah. Guys, you are not... I hear nothing but people always saying we want to look better. We want to get better clientele, this and that. Well, you guys got to do better. You guys can't be doing this, man. This is like... Yeah, it's just not a good look. So, especially if you're charging a lot of money and you're putting this stuff on... It looks real tacky. That's, it's just my opinion. If we were to put something like that on our clients, they would probably be like, hey man, you could go without that next time. They would say it in a polite way, but I guarantee none of them would want any of that stuff on it. So what's that?
Oh, we good with this with the shower cap?
You got some more to talk about?
No, I don't want to talk about the shower cap no more.
Okay, well that's that, guys. That's that.
The sense.
Oh yeah, the sense. Yes, he did have the sense in there. Yeah,
I get the sense, right? Like you go to the car, like before detailing was big, you go to the drive-through car wash.
It's a sensory stimulant. Yeah, yes.
I get it, but that's not how we roll. We like to have in the car smelling fresh.
Yes,
smelling new. No cover-ups.
Yeah.
No perfumes. Every now and then we got a little something special for the old school eternity cats. You know what I mean? But for the most part, we like letting it smell fresh.
Yeah, we want it just fresh. When we're done with the cars, clients already compliment how clean it smells, how fresh
pina
it
colada,
smells.
no cherry.
Yeah, we don't want none of that. Some people are allergic to stuff. A lot of those are synthetics, and they have they're not good for you to be breathing in. Most of those are cheap, little made in China, cards and stuff that kids can get a hold of them, put them in their mouth. Some resemble candy, like the ones old boy had out. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, we just stay away from that, man. We don't waste any of our time with any of that stuff. So we like to keep it nice and fresh when we're done.
And then also once we explain, because some clients they do ask, but once we explain to them what we do, they appreciate that. They're like, oh, I never thought about that.
Yes, like they ask, oh, are you going to spray some of the so-and-so? Say, well, what that's going to do is it's going to leave a residue. You know, you could possibly get a headache, and it's really not that good for you to be breathing in, you know? So, and then the clients, you know, they're happy with it. You know, a lot of the older clients are like, oh, you're going to spray some of that stuff in here? Just like they say, oh, you're going to armor all down the dash? No, everything's left with the factory finish, and everything is fresh. That's the way that we roll. So if you guys are doing that, great. If you guys are doing the shower caps, if you guys are doing the Jiffy Lube mats, if you guys are doing the, you know what I mean? The
sock on the
Oh, I've even seen them on the shifter too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've even seen them on the shifter. Now that, whatever.
Do your thing.
Yes. If it was working for you,
Do your thing.
keep it going. But I could even imagine the extra. That's extra stuff you got to take with you too when you're detailing. You know what I mean? I see guys carrying a bunch of stuff with them. So, yeah, guys, that's our opinion on that. So, since the first cameo that Pops made on our Clean Korea video with the drying towel, everybody's been asking, hey, what's going on with Pops? Where's Pops? What's Pops up to? Pops is going to be back. He's on vacation. He's on like a 4-week vacation.
Doing his thing.
He's, you know, out there doing his thing. So having a good time, sending us pictures. So we're going to show you guys a couple pictures of.
He's viral now. So
yeah.
He's on vacation.
So you know, or here's actually the first photo that he sent to the kids was this one right here. So here Pops is on the beach and he's pointing to a table where it says, snitches get stitches.
That's right. All you old school cats, there's 2 things you never do to an OG. Call him a snitch or call him a punk.
Yeah.
Pops is the OG.
So Pop sent us this and he's probably like, "Yo, see, they don't play down here.
See?
They don't play." So yeah, so Pop's having a good time. He's out there enjoying himself more because you know Pop's is out there representing.
Ooh, he got that fresh merch. He got the merch on.
And he's over here posed next to a Sea-Doo, a Wave Runner. I'm not sure why. Maybe he's gonna get on that. The last time they were out there, they went parasailing, which was crazy.
Oh, that's probably what he's getting ready to do.
Yeah. So if he's gonna rent that, I don't know, but he probably just liked the background.
Got the Max Sign shocks.
He got the
Max
Pop's over there looking like he works for Max Shine. Like Pop's looking like he's about to do a Max Shine training. So as you can see, Pop's out there representing the merch. If you guys want to represent some of our merch and support the podcast, go ahead and check our detail shop. We also will have them linked in the description below. If you guys are interested in any consulting, we will also leave that in the description below. But for now, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for episode 3. And we're also...
If you guys use the shower caps and the Jiffy Lube joints, put in the comments why. Like,
yes.
I really want to understand, like, what's the basis? I want to get educated on this. Like, and I'm not being facetious or nothing. I really want to know why.
Yes. I think we can all learn from this. Maybe, I doubt it, but maybe we might incorporate some of this stuff if needed in certain situations.
Someone could break us off.
I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're all here to learn. So we just want to say thank you again for supporting the channel, supporting the podcast. And we got some hot guests lined up, guys. We're primarily going to have in-person guests. So stick around. It's going to be very, very entertaining. And then Pops may even drop in here and there as well. So we'll catch you guys on episode 3. Stay tuned. For Sal and Joel with details, we'll catch you later.
Sounds great. It was not great. It was not great. It was not great at all. It was not. So this ended up being a disaster detail. 2 disaster details. You know, I had such a big heart in this circumstance because she was sharing with me that her little daughter had a health issue this summer. They spent 5 months, and I'm talking like a 3-year-old daughter, this little girl. They spent 5 months in and out of the hospital. She had nearly 25 surgeries. And I was like, oh my God. And so she's like, so this vehicle, it ended up like getting put on the back burner, like some mice got into it. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like understandable. Open the vehicle up. Gross!
Did that detail with my big heart, knowing that this family had gone through some hard times. But I'm gonna do this to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna make sure I get this vehicle sanitized for this family and safe for these children to be in. I mean, I'm talking maggots, live maggots, dead maggots, spills. That I'm just gonna call spills, all right? We're just gonna call them spills. It was not pretty, it was not good, it was not fun. I felt legit sick from this detail, it was bad. As I opened the second vehicle, equally as much a disaster. And the thing that really got me was that this client was home the entire time and didn't even have the courtesy to try to clean the second vehicle.
It's the C for me. It's a different color for me. Woo! Ooh, look at that, look at that. Heck yeah!
If your detailer doesn't do these 3 things, get rid of them. Number 1, paper mats. Number 2, those stripes in the back, the patterns to make you feel like you're special. Number 3, these scents right here make your car smell good. If you need a new detail in the